All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Ways and Means Committee meeting. Before I call the meeting to order, it's going to be very difficult without Buzzy tonight because he's always the first one to approve. And so remember him, and he was a great guy, and we're going to miss him so much. Madam Clerk, I call the meeting to order. Please roll call.
Counsel Net?
Present.
Present Counsel Staben?
Present.
Present Counsel Chakutis?
Present.
Present Counsel Walsh?
Present.
Could you please read the orders?
Okay, we have one order. Order that pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A, the City of Lynn hereby accepts a gift in the amount of $33,250 from Amundi Asset Management U.S., Inc. for the purchase of 95 trees in the City of Lynn. One tree shall be planted at the Red Rock Park at the tree planting ceremony on April 22nd, 2023, with the approval of the Department of Conservation and Recreation. The remaining trees will be planted at location in the City of Lynn at the discretion of the City of Lynn Department of Public Works. Further ordered that the Comptroller's Office is hereby authorized to establish a revolving fund in order to effectuate the purpose of said gift.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Staben?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
So this is the last one. This is it, right?
And that's it.
So any new business or any emergency on this? No emergency. What's the
Motion
risk?
to adjourn. Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Coco.
Good evening, everyone. Today, April 11th, I would like to call the licensing committee meeting to order. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Counsel Field absent. Counsel Hogan.
Present.
Present. Counsel Lozey absent. Counsel Net.
Present.
Present. Counselor LaPierre.
Present.
Present. Counsel Alanson.
Present. Okay, we'll start with 30-day review. Madam Clerk, please do that.
We have Stephen Carroll. Stephen Carroll for
Stephen's
30-day
here.
review.
Nothing? What's the wish of the committee?
Motion to table.
Motion table?
Second.
Second. Saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, item. Madam Clerk.
Wilfredo Gonzalez for 30-day review.
Mr. Gonzalez is here? Nothing? What's the wish of the committee?
Motion to table. Second.
Second. Saying aye?
Aye.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
We have new auto repair at 171 Commercial Street, Willie Motorsports, Inc. Owner is Juan Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez is here. Can you please approach the podium, please? Go ahead.
Hi, good evening, members of the License Commission. My name is Attorney AJ Capano. I'm representing Juan Rodriguez and Willie V. Motorsports, Inc. First, I'd like to thank the commission and the members of the clerk's office and the law department, Ward 6 Councilor Fred Hogan, for their support and guidance along the way. I'm here with Willie V. Motorsports to seek your approval to continue operating auto repair facility at 171 Commercial Street in Lynn. After 35 years in business, the owners of Coalcraft Inc. are retiring, and they've agreed to sell the business to my clients, including the state-of-the-art equipment that's already at the facility. The Lynn Fire Department visited and approved the premises on March 27th. My clients have entered into a multi-year lease with the landlord, and we're now asking for permission to transfer the license to continue the use at the facility. The principals of Willie V. Motorsports have spent significant time in the community. They've already expended time and money cleaning up and enhancing the property, and they plan to continue offering outstanding auto repair and collision services at this location. So we hope that you will consider approving our application, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Attorney Capano. Would you like to add anything? You're all set? You don't have to.
I would just like to say thank you guys for the opportunity to be here today. We hope you guys allow us to continue doing business there and flourish. So, thank you.
Thank you. What's the wish of the committee? Councilor Hogan?
First, I'd like to say I did go out and tour the facility. I actually was there when they were doing a cleanup, and they're doing an outstanding job. And I know some of the members that are going to be owners of this property, and I just think that they will be outstanding citizens and new business owners in Ward 6, and I welcome them to Ward 6. And I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
It's seconded. What's the wish of the committee? Seconded? Say aye.
Aye.
So I wish you good luck, and thank you for continuing that tradition to our city. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Somebody seconded. Thank you, Francis. What's the next item, Madam Clerk?
The rest are all renewals.
Can we bundle this?
Yes. Take them as a whole.
Take this as a whole? Would like to second?
Second.
Second from Councilor Net. What's the, say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, any new and old business?
Just can we let the record reflect that North Shore Latino Business also approves of the last approval on Commercial Street?
Thank you, Francis.
Thank you.
Added. Any new and old business?
No.
Okay.
Motion adjourned?
Committee, what is the wish of the committee? What's the motion to adjourn? Second?
Second.
Say aye?
Aye.
Christmas.
No.
I'd like to call the April 11th council meeting to order. Roll call.
Counselor Allensburg?
Present?
Present. Counselor Chakutis?
Present.
Present. Counselor Calucci? Present. Counselor Field? Absent. Counselor Hogan?
Present.
Present. Counselor LaPierre?
Present.
Present. Counselor Lozey? Absent. Counselor Net?
Present.
Present. Counselor Stabbed?
Present.
Present. Counselor Walsh?
Present. So before we do the moment of silence, I think it'd be appropriate for us to talk a little bit about our council and colleague, Buzzy Barton, who's no longer with us. I think you look around the room and the pictures on the wall in here, and I think at times there's some great people up there that you see. I'm not so sure that a lot of them can measure up to what Buzzy did. And I know some people might be hurt by that, but I believe there's people who do this job for the right reasons. I think there's people that wholeheartedly believe in the city. I think there's people who dedicate themselves to the people in the city. And I think Buzzy Barton was that guy. I don't think they come along a lot. I think he was a very solid person. I don't think that they make people like that anymore personally. You know, you don't meet a lot of people like that. And he's going to be missed by us. You know, I leaned on him a lot for a lot of things. As the council president, him being the council vice president, gave me a lot of advice, gave me some life advice, things that probably don't even pertain to council. Good advice. You know, if you were willing to listen, he'd be that guy to give it to you. I know it's going to be a sad day here for everybody. It's going to be a tough meeting. But I can tell you he was extremely proud of us as a council. We worked together. We'll continue to work together. And anything but that would not, you know, make Buzzy happy. Well, we will definitely do it. And I'm really proud to be here right now. As sad as this is, I'm glad to be the guy to be standing up here to talk about him. I think the relationship he spoke of that we have with the city council and the mayor's office, and the mayor's here tonight, I think he was really happy with. Why? Because we were doing things for people in the city. We're getting along, we're making it happen. We have our disagreements, but we shake hands on the way down the back stairs at the end of the night, and we leave it on the floor. And I think that was something that Buzzy really valued here. So I would invite if any of the councilors want to say something at this time, if they'd like to say something. Anybody? I mean, I'd be glad to speak for you all too. I know it's a tough thing. It's not easy to stand up here, but I'm going to do it for Buzzy, and it's something that I'll do for everybody. And you know, he's going to be missed. Really, really going to miss. Councilor Hogan.
Yeah, Councilor Barton, Coach Barton, Buzzy, he touched everyone a different way. So myself, I just felt like every step of my life, I could always lean on him. Got a job coaching at Lynn English, and Buzzy was one of the first dudes. Took me under my wings there, and we shared a basketball court as the boys and girls basketball coach, and never had an issue in all our years working together. Then when I got appointed to the city council, he was the first one to grab me and make sure that I knew that anything I ever needed, I could rely on him. And Buzzy was always giving and just always wanting to think about somebody else and always helping somebody else. And this one's going to hurt for a long time. So we're going to miss you, Buzz.
Thank you, Councilor. Anybody else? Councilor Net.
Councilor Barton and I came in together, and it's rare, you know, we work so well together, and we have a lot of memories together, and we made history together for this city, and for the past 12 years, so Buzzy and I like more than like a brother, and he's my teddy bear, basically, and so I love him with the bar of my heart, and I will miss him terribly, and this has been very tough for me, and it's hard to believe that he left us, really, so but we will do our best to get through this. Buzzy, we miss you. Love you.
Thank you, Councilor. Anybody else? Councilor LaPierre.
Thank you, Mr. President. Similar to my colleagues and your remarks, I want to keep it brief too, but understanding that this man's life will be on center stage in our great city later on this week as we do something that's unprecedented by opening our doors of City Hall to him and to his family and his loved ones, and really to the whole community. And all of us have a Buzzy story for sure. To know him was to love him, and he epitomizes the city of Lynn and everything he did. He didn't really leave the city that often. Perhaps a vacation in Saratoga. I would laugh at him because during COVID, he shared with me that he ventured out of Lynn because everything was closed, and he got a cheeseburger at Sonic when he rolled down his car window, and they put the burger through the window with masks on in the height of the pandemic. That was the only place open. He kidded around that he went up to Sonic for a fast food burger. And with Buzzy, I'd look over to him to my right here, and instinctively I'd know what was on his mind, and I think he would know instinctively what was on mine. It's just like you read each other's mind because you're so sort of, I don't know, aligned with folks' values and principles and moral compass. And for me, Buzzy stood tall. He was a giant in our city, legendary. And I got the pleasure of meeting him when I was just a teenage kid. He's 20 years older than me, but, you know, that didn't stop him from welcoming me at Kiley Park and, you know, shooting baskets with him and accepting me as a young kid. And never would I ever think in my wildest dreams that over the next 20, 30 years, I'd work with him at Lynn English High School with Freddie and the boys' basketball program over there and the girls' basketball program, always, without a doubt, giving back to kids that he coached. And I think what sets him apart is we don't know how many lives he touched, and that's how he preferred it. He flew so under the radar on so many initiatives that people in the city will never even know about, and that's the true character of a man that does these things time and again for so many, even strangers go out of his way, but never accepted recognition for anything he did over the course of his public life. And as a private citizen, as a coach, and as a firefighter, and the stories you're hearing now throughout our community, they are like reverberating because it just brings us back to the good old days of his family and what it was like to be a good, true Lynner and care for your neighbor. And like you said, Jay, the give you the shirt off your back mentality. And the man is legendary, and we all know this. And I picked up a dozen roses this afternoon and laid them at his seat tonight. And I thought in the elevator coming up, I said, no. What am I thinking? Buzzy would not want to have 12 roses at his desk. He would want his lady friends to have a rose. So I took one for Terry and one for Janet, and there are 10 remaining, which signify the 10 of us, this body. And I'm really, really touched by all of my colleagues, and so happy that most were able to see him in his final days. And I'll never forget his smile, as many of you will not. And I'll also never forget the pause when I would call him, because I always gave Buzzy that extra second because I knew he was opening his flip phone at that time. And it took him an extra second, but he would always say, "Counselor, what's up?" And I'll never forget him. I'll never forget his words, and I can't wait to celebrate his life Friday and Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Stabbard.
Thank you, Mr. President. Buzzy loved his family. He loved this body, and he told us that last week. He loved the community, but most of all, he loved kids. And they didn't have to be bulldogs to be loved by Buzzy. And
It did help, though, right? Just
it did help. A little bit. And, you know, we all know that, you know, certain times of the year, I start sending out text messages with pictures of everybody's sign. You win for the tournament and all. And well, we know if I sent Buzzy a text, it was going unanswered. But before those texts even went out, he would always ask me, "Do you have anything going on for the kids? Do you have anything going on for the kids? And he asked me that question just a couple of weeks ago, the last time he was here. I said, yeah, we're planning the golf tournament. It's coming up. But no matter what school, St. Mary's, high school sporting events, he was at them all, and I don't think anyone loved the youth of Lynn like Buzzy did. And it's going to be a big void here and in the community.
Thank you. Anyone else? Council Allingson.
Councilor Jacutis and I were staring at each other. It seems that there's 4 councilors there speaking, and there's nothing here. I always remember Buzzy will stare at us and say something. So, Buzzy, I'm saying something for your behalf. As the newest councilor, it's really a big honor for me to at least I could tell my family and friends that I've served with Buzzy in this council. And, you know, I was with him, with Councilor Starbird and Councilor Nett, this hospital, and it was just a very, very powerful moment. I know he's trying to sleep, but he tried to force open his eyes just to give us a big hug, and I will never forget that very moment. As a fellow Ward 3 resident as well, he never stopped calling me for a lot of things concerning our ward. I will miss those, and always remember, Buzzy, I will take care of our ward for you and for all the residents of Ward 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Anybody else?
I have something. Back in the 60s, him and my brother were at the Boy Scouts together. My brother Al, who's passed away, and they'd come to my house, harass me. And then he worked for the Cronins, if you knew that. And he told me, I respect the Cronins. They put many meals on my table, and I gave 90% of the money to my mother, he told me. What I have to say is I love him very much, and I'm going to miss him.
Thank you. Thank you. Councilor Jacutis.
I really don't have many stories, but I just want to say he will be missed but never forgotten in our hearts.
Thank you. I'm going to have the mayor come up for a second. He'd like to say something if it's okay with everybody here.
Thank you, Council President Walsh. Thank you to the council for marking this really sad moment in the city and inviting me to join you and just remembering what an amazing leader and man Councilor Barton was. There's a huge absence tonight. There's a huge absence in the city of Lynn that's going to be felt deeply by countless people. He was someone that I had admired for a long time and just someone that I learned so much from, particularly over the last year working with him. Such a great person to work with and who cares for you, the person in front of you individually, and also just such a great leader. Really a credit to the city, a credit to this body, to all of you who as colleagues, I know he cherished his role and relationship here. Whenever I talked to him, he would end, and I would call him. I mean, when I first started as mayor, I interacted with him more, and we used to have some Zoom calls, and that wasn't the easiest thing to get going. And I would call him to get him on the Zoom and hold my phone up because I wanted him to be there and to hear what was going on because I value what he was doing so much. And it is a huge void. And it's for someone that warm and enthusiastic about everything. He also had some really deeply held principles and wasn't afraid to speak out against injustice, to not only be there for his constituent, but be there for the city for that moral guidance when we were making hard decisions. And it's a huge loss, and I just am so grateful to have had the opportunity to know and work with him. Thank you.
So with that, I ask everybody to rise for a moment of silence for Buzzy. Thank Thank you. Should we all strive to be like Buzzy and make sure that we keep him in our heart as we go forward? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Communications. Oh, we have to accept, I'm sorry, I'm skipping things here, sorry. Accept the minutes from March 28th.
Yes, sir.
We have a
Second.
motion, second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, carries. Communications.
We have a council appointment to the Pine Grove Cemetery effective immediately. Robert Lennon, 797 Boston Street. His term will expire September 30th, 2024. We have the following council reappointments to the Pine Grove Cemetery effective immediately, all expiring on September 30th, 2025. Arthur Dulong, 127 Gardner Street, Ralph Tyler, 214 Chatham Street, and Mary Wright, 41 Woodman Street.
The wish of the council.
Motion to approve?
A motion approved. We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just want to point out that Mr. Lennon's in the crowd here tonight. Want to thank you for stepping up. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Council President Walsh. I just want to say that by being present to accept this nomination onto the commission, that shows that I will do my best to give it the due respect that it deserves.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lennon. Should point out that Mr. Lennon's on the Marine Corps rifle team that comes to the cemetery when they do veterans events, and we appreciate your service for that. Thank you. Public hearings.
We have no public hearings.
Public hearings to be set down.
We have no public hearings to be set down.
We're doing good, huh? Moving right along. Committees, Ways and Means, Councilor Net.
Yes, Mr. President, all unanimous vote of the committee, and I would like to ask Madam Clerk to read the orders and the transfer, and I will make a motion to approve.
A motion.
Second.
Second. Read them into the register, please.
We have three transfers that were laid over from the last meeting, $475,000 from the reserve expense to the fire department payroll to fund the OT line due to staffing levels and firefighters out on injury duty. $50,000 from reserve expense to the assessor's expense to fund the ATB cases. $25,000 from the reserve expense to the FAO payroll to fund the fire alarm operators for the rest of the fiscal year. And we have a new order pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A. City of Lynn hereby accepts a gift in the amount of $33,250 from Amundi Asset Management U.S. for the purchase of 95 trees in the City of Lynn. One tree will be planted at the Red Rock Park at the tree planting ceremony on April 22nd, 2023, with the approval of the DCR. The remaining trees will be planted on location in the City of Lynn at the discretion of the DPW. Further ordered that the Comptroller's Office is hereby authorized to establish a revolving fund in order to effectuate the purpose of said gift.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilor Allensburg?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Chakoudas?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Field, absent. Councilor Hogan?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey, absent. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Starbird?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
Yes. Motion carries. Anything else, Councilor Net?
That's it. There's no emergency was voted. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Licensing, Councilor Alling-Sue.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have a unanimous vote by the committee. Motion to approve.
A motion approved. We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. We got any old business? Any new business? I'll just say one more thing. If anyone needs anything from me, I'm here. My cell phone's here. I'm really proud of everybody here. I said that before. I said it the day it was inaugurated. And I hope to be able to strive to be as, honorable as a person like Buzzy Barton. And I think we all should try to do that. I know it's going to be a tough week and be a tough weekend. I wasn't sure how we were going to do this council meeting tonight, but I had a lot of faith in everybody here, and I'm really proud. We got to continue to move on with government, and we have a duty to. So I appreciate you all. Councilor Hogan?
One thing, Buzzy got us going, since we moved these council meetings to early. We go to Tony's with Buzzy, and he gets his cranberry juice and his buffalo fingers and our buffalo shrimp for the table. So we're going to continue to do that for Buzzy, and just always remember him hanging out with us.
I think Buzzy is a person that would rather make you laugh than cry. So
Yep.
I'll leave you guys with that tonight. Is there anything else from anyone? All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.